9 for 190. A wonderful performance by Western Australia. Still on this pitch with their attack, New South Wales still in this for the chance. Runs on the board. Good piece of work in the field there. That run out, didn't panic, took his time, hit the stumps, and Whitney well out.
Yes, I think Graham Wood was hoping to be able to get in and take the bails off without throwing. In the end, he made as much ground as he could. Just keep your eye on Peter McConnell again. The nod will come in a moment, but there was never any raising of the finger. There's the nod. And Whitney, who was watching him, waiting for the finger to go up, must have been hoping against hope that he'd been able to somehow to be able to remain there.
Matthews slashes away. It's the 49th over. Time ticking away for Western Australia. Nine for 192. It's well struck, straight to mid-off. Just the single.
Well, there's no need for Western Australia to hurry now because 2 o'clock has been reached. So in theory, the West Australian side will only have 49 overs. That's the over in progress when 2 o'clock is reached. But the 50th over will still have to be bowled to New South Wales unless Julian knocks over this last batsman.
So after 49, it's 9 for 193. Jeff Marsh has done a great job here. He's shuffled his bowls correctly. Julian, the most expensive, 10 overs, 1 for 51. Reid, brilliant as always, 10 overs, 3 for 35. McKay, 10 overs, 1 for 32. McKay, good spell early on, picked up Steve Waugh with a beautiful outswinger for 17. He was a danger batsman. He was in form, 17 off 17 balls faced. A good all-round performance by Western Australia, an indifferent batting performance by New South Welshman on what appears to be a very good track. 9 for 193 with 1 over to bowl. He bowled by McQuay from the members' end. Matthews has to go. He's 22 not out. They want 10 runs off this over at least. He goes, finds the gap, does he, Lavender? On the bounce. Well, it wasn't the greatest effort by Mark Lavender there. He seemed to be a little bit slow, making a dash.
The psychological aspect will come into this last over flurry from New South Wales. They need another 6 runs. It's remarkable how much better 200 looks on the scoreboard when compared with 199. Always they are at the moment 194.
Play, just medium pace to Wayne Holsworth. Very important to put that on ball or pad on ball. I'll give Matthews a strike here. Wayne Holsworth. A little bit of away movement there from Ken McClay with this breeze coming across the ground now. Quite strong. It's lifted the breeze, which probably will help Western Australia because it swung early when it was in the east. It's gone to the southwest now. Still some movement, only the one way. That's a weight and slips. Right-handed batsman.
That's a waste. Must, in the final overs of limited overs games, get either bat or pad some part of your body on the ball. So the batsman at the other end can race through for the quick single.
And dear, oh dear, that's why he's at 11 behind Michael Whitney. There's the line, starting off stump. Just moved away a fraction, couldn't put back the ball. to a wide, and it's called. Tony Crafter quite rightly calling that wide.
Still some movement in the air there. But, really, it's the straight ball that would do the trick for Wayne Holdsworth, but McClay hasn't been able, so far anyway, to get one straight on the stumps.
It's safe, and that's 4 available runs. Picks it up nicely. The 10th boundary for New South Wales coming up in the final over the Sippy Over competition, this final.
Just one ball to come and 199 on the board. Perhaps that makes up for the earlier playing and missing. Last ball coming up now in the play over. Zura's taken it. The score stays on 199 for the loss of 9 wickets. New South Wales have batted out their full 50 overs. The scorecard of the New South Wales innings after they won the toss and batted: Taylor was out for 50, Small 11, Steve Waugh 17, Mark Waugh 6, Michael Bevan 18, Bayliss 28, Emery 3, Lawson 6. Then Whitney for 7, Wayne Holdsworth remained 4 not out, and Greg Matthews 23 not out. There were 26 extras, full 50 overs, 9 for 199. And the bowling figures for Western Australia, a very good performance from them. Bruce Reid 10 overs, 3 for 35, McClay 1 for 39, Julian 1 for 50, McCaig 1 for 32, had a good day, and Tom Moody 2 for 33. So Western Australia to win at the WACA in this FAI Insurance Cup Final needs 200 runs at 4.08 per over, and we assume they will have only 49 overs in which to make those 200 runs. We'll take a break now, and after the break we'll be back at Moonee Valley with Ray Warren.
Want to own brand new house and land, but don't want to make
FAI Insurance Cup Final between Western Australia and New Zealand New South Wales played at the WACA, and these are the details. First of all, New South Wales won the toss and 9 for 199 at the end of their 50 overs. Mark Taylor out for 50. There's 28 for Trevor Bayliss. Matthews remained 23 not out, 9 for 199 from a full 50 overs. And the bowling figures for Western Australia, a very good performance from Western Australia. They bowled well and fielded well. Reid 3 for 35, McClay 1 for 39, Julian 1 for 50, 1 for 32 for McCaig, and 2 for 33 for Tom Moody. An outstanding performance from Western Australia in excellent batting conditions. They kept New South Wales down to 199. So WA need 200. They have a full 50 overs. We'll come back to the reason for that shortly. But these are the dismissals. First of all, one of the more extraordinary outs you'll ever see in a cricket match. Steve Small with the batsman, Bruce Reid, the bowler.
Oh, that's out. Surely. Yeah, it's fun. Didn't like the shot he was, but it was a full pitch. And Steve Small was pulling away. The full pitch gets him. That's a great breakthrough by Reid. That's out. Beautiful outswing from McClay.
Frustration, I suspect, there for Steve Waugh. And Tim Zura took that very nicely, anticipated it well, and went away to his right-hand side.
And well taken by Tim Zura. So that looked to me like an underneath edge, perhaps a little close for cutting, and terrific breakthrough for Julian.
It may have been an under edge. Zura rolling forward, delighted with that, and so was Julian.
And that's a miscue off the outside edge. That is a terrific breakthrough for Jeff Marsh, McCaig, and the West Australian side. Michael Bevan goes, trying to push it away over the infield on the onside, outside edge. And that is a real blow for New South Wales and a triumph for WA. Right under it, and got it. I bet there are a few hard swimmers there for Martin McCaig, and for Bruce Reid for that matter. It went out and he grabbed it as he then went forward.
And gone. Caught in the gully, Jeffrey Marsh. An easy one for him. taken some blinders in that position, but that was straight into the pouch. Gone. Keeper to keeper. And Tim Zura would love them if they came there every time. Western Australia keeping the pressure right on New South Wales, not letting them off at all.
In the air, that's caught. Good catch. Wood got off the ground. He was coming down, judged it beautifully. That's the end of Jeff Lawson.
Lawson was playing at the pitch of the ball. Extra bounce from 6'6" Tom Moody. And another New South Wales wicket down.
Chance to run out here. Got to be close. That's history for Mr. Whitney. Hasn't put his fingers up yet. What a talking.
And there's the first ball of the West Australian innings. You won't see anything more unorthodox than that. What would have been called a wide, and a one-hand stroke to the boundary to reduce the number of runs required by Western Australia to 196. New South Wales 199. There were only 49 overs completed at the required time. They then bowled a 50th. The umpires, because of various happenings out there, have ruled that WA will have 50 overs. And those happenings I refer to would, I suspect, include time wasting by the New South Wales players. The umpires are empowered to ensure that the side batting second receives the full number of overs if there are other things to be taken into consideration. And Peter McConnell and Tony Crafter ruled that way. 50 overs for WA. It's now no wicket for 4. .196 needed, 49.4 overs to go, and the rate required 3.95. 4 wickets in hand. Marsh has taken strike. Moody is the non-striker, one test player, and another top-class young cricketer. Very fast outfield here. That's a great performance. Great effort to stop off that boundary. 2 more to Marsh. 6 for no wicket. And Bill Laurie is in the commentary box now, and alongside him is Bouchard.
Thank you, Richie. Good afternoon all. Great save by Whitney down in the deep. Saved 2 runs. Wayne Holdsworth a little bit offline here in the first over, just throwing onto leg stump to Jeffrey Marsh. Whitney will be bowling the left arm medium paces, possibly from the other end. Wayne Holdsworth, the quickest of the New South Wales bowlers, with a big job here to bowl straight and quick. Down the leg side of Marsh, offering just one hand. He got 4 away the first delivery. The umpire, Peter McConnell, for a wide call.
Yes, it's split down leg side, but I think the umpires do give the bowlers just a little bit of time to warm up. They did that in the first innings with the West Australians. A few that went close, but as the game wore on, the bowlers warmed up. They started calling them when they started to stray wide. Holdsworth has struggled to come to grips with this WACA pitch over the last couple of years.
That's wide. No doubt. Just well taken by Emery. Could have been 4 wide. The crowd now up around about 10 or 12,000, getting a little bit vocal here. West Australia needing 200 runs to win this final. Holdsworth is very fast, pushing the ball across the right-hander with the breeze. Wild and woolly. Delivery.
Yes, in the final last year here, Holdsworth bowled 7 overs, none for 57. He can bowl fast. He's one of the fastest bowlers in Australia, but if you don't bowl straight at the WACA, you get pounded.
That's through by Marsh. Just pushed him at the outfield. Lightning fast. They'll pick up 2. The over bowl, no wicket for 9.
This is Tahiti. Fabulous. And it could be yours free. David's on West recipe card.
No wicket for 9. Michael Whitney to bowl from the members' end. On Moody. Two slips and a go in for Moody. Also urging his players on in this final leg infraction. Tight forward being pushed across, a bit more for the left arm bowler. Moody out for duck here. Off McDermott in the first over, caught at third man.
No wicket for 9 here at the WACA. Western Australia needing 200 in all to win. We just taken now to Canterbury. It's the 7th race there, the Samsara Welter, and your commentator is Johnny Tutt.
Wicket for 11. Marsh 9, Moody 1. Needing 200 runs for victory in the FAI Cup Final Western Australia. They've started well. Holdsworth quick, Whitney sharp, but tracks the perfect batting wicket, and Western Australians at home with the extra bounce. They're going to put enormous pressure on New South Wales. As we see now for Marsh, a leg slip coming in for Holdsworth. That's the breeze pushing the ball across the right-hander. The man at leg slip for the Grant. And normal slip and a gully, catching man for the sharp Holdsworth. He's going to aim at middle stump, quick as he can. He is quick. Marsh keeps that out. Moody looks for single. Not on. One does feel that if Holdsworth can break through, he's extra yard of pace. He'll test out Mark Lavender and Zura batting 3 and 4 in this line-up. And New South Wales need wickets.
Yes, he doesn't swing the ball a lot. Slight sea breeze in coming over his left shoulder, so it'll be tending to push him towards leg stump. At this stage of the match, 9 off his first over, I think he's got to think about knocking that middle stump out of the ground, bowling as full as he can.
Him. Maybe an edge there, doesn't carry through to Emery. Matthews shouts, first slip.
Well, he's just done me like a dinner, Holdsworth. So I was just telling him he probably won't swing the ball. I think this has swung out. Just held its own and went away a little. Didn't quite carry.
But Marsh just a fraction late as well. Nice breeze now coming across his shoulder. Doctor's in, it's quite stiff. He's bowling at 90-odd miles an hour, Wayne Holdsworth. He's flat out. He's well struck. It finds the gap a couple of points. One of the troubles with Holdsworth, he does tend to get some width from the top order batsman. Marsh likes it in the slot. Either short or full, off stump.
Yes, he's a superb player, square of the wicket, Marsh. Give him any width, especially on the WACA. He loves it. But then on the other hand, if you can get the ball swinging away from him, because he has a go outside the off stump, you can swing them away from Jeff Marsh. He plays with quite a lot of bottom hand. You've got a chance of picking him up in the slips.
2 slips in now. So I've had Moody backing up a long way. In comes Bevan, doesn't feel. The pressure's on here at the WACA. Straining for a breakthrough. Marsh, a superb one-day cricketer. Taking most of the new ball. Moody at the other end on 1. Magnificent strike with the ball. Tom Moody had a magnificent year for Worcester. Scored 1,752 runs, 60.4, 500 to 950. So he's got to be in form. He's got to be confident. Moody. It's quick, but it's wide. He might not be a star in this competition when it holds with, but he's very promising. He's got that Thompson fire about him. Not quite sure where they're going, but he's very swift. Nice build. Very promising fast bowler. Jeff Thompson started off for Australia, but runs for 100 against Pakistan on the MCG. Everybody wrote him off. Because No substitute for genuine pace at top level. He's line right. This man will be very sharp.
Yes, and when you've got the ability to bowl this fast, it's crazy to try and hold back and drop your pace to get your line and length. He picked as a strike bowler.
Sheer pace. End of it. Over. No wicket for 14. Gillian 1 for 50. McCaig 1 for 32. And Tom Moody 2 for 33. 9 for 199 after 50 overs. You can see a change by Lawson. Off comes Holsworth. On comes Mark Waugh. Indication is a bit worried about the line of Holsworth.
Yes, 2 overs for 12 from Holsworth, even though he did beat Jeff Marsh with an outswing in the last over, the last ball of the last over. I think he figures he might have a chance of picking up Marsh just outside the off stump, and he knows that Mark Waugh will probably bowl a better line. With this new ball, he's going to swing it around a little bit.
That's got to be close to one. Not called. My word, they've been a bit radiant here. They were at the start of the New South Wales innings as well. The ball swinging around a bit. It was going way down leg side.
Yes, it's one thing I think giving the bowler a few to loosen up, but that was very, very wide.
Nice ball, medium pace, right arm outswing bowler, going to Jeff Marsh. Marsh, very experienced campaigner in the limit over matches, very consistent. 44 not out, 67, 13, and 11 not out.
Good move this by Lawson, because Jeffrey Marsh likes the ball slipping on, especially on this WACA pitch. In McLeod troubled the New South Welshman with his change of pace early in innings. So obviously hoping to upset Jeffrey Marsh here.
Must be placed. Two. Australia outstanding in the deep today. The spraying was excellent. Particularly McCaig and Reid. Not so many easy third runs about, nor will it be case in New South Wales in the field with guys like Bayless, the Wall brothers, very strong arms. Whitney. Good crowding. With this atmosphere, perfect day. No wicket to 16.
If you've been neglecting your great outdoors for too long, maybe it's time you tackle the problem. And the best deals in outdoor power equipment are as close as your own backyard. Flymo, ideal for the big wicket with ride-ons in 4 models. We've got one to suit you. With the electric shredder from Alco, recycle garden rubbish in the toss of a coin. And last out the century with a Super Swift range. There's a model for all lawns.
Not MSAA, just not quicker!
Sales and service everywhere.
No, it's 16. Jeff Lawson changing Holsworth around to bowling in the members' end now. The breeze coming almost from point, square leg to point. So he may be hoping it will assist his outswinger. He's going to be bowling to Tom Moody. Moody 1, Marsh 13, extras to 2, no wickets to 16. 200 required by Western Australia for this final. Moody's not breaking loose at the moment, playing within himself. Probably better off to play his natural game, to hit through the line. 1 or 2 back over cover. Also fingers down the seam there, as keen as mustard to get it Tom Moody. Wide, feel the catch. I thought it was a wide. The bowler thinks it's out, the wicketkeeper thinks it's out. Umpire Tony Crafter not moved at all.
There's a noise, maybe he scraped the pitch. We'll never know, I guess. Up here. Looks like he was just a little bit late on it. But I thought it would have been called a wide.
It's not a wide if you can hit it. It might have been off the face of the bat, in fact. You might have got a touch to that. One of those ones that the umpire finds very difficult to hear or see. It appeared to me that the ball run along the face of the bat. That's out the time. Straight to Mark Ward, backward square leg. Davis Moody's gone for one, and it's 1 for 16.
Holdsworth firing down leg side, tucked behind square, straight to War. And Holdsworth on his way down said, well, you're out that time, mate. Tom Moody, 1 off 12 deliveries, 1 for 16.
What makes the Hyundai Excel the car that looks after you? Well, frankly, we just keep making them better and better. Proven by our 3-year warranty and the most economical 1.5-litre engine in Australia. Makes you wonder about the others, doesn't it? The tough new Excel, taking care of you all day, every day. Hyundai.
We got to get out of the tree. The show that Sydney is talking about is moving on.
Oh, I just can't believe how all those actors and actresses can play all those different instruments. It's just incredible. Great entertainment.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
I came all the way from Adelaide for this, and I'm coming tomorrow night if I can get tickets.
Proudly sponsored by Toyota Paseo. Return to the Forbidden Planet live on stage at the Theatre Royal. Now only days to go. Season must close Sunday, November 10. Book now at the theatre and all Ticketek outlets. Bye-bye, Sydney.
Mark Lavender taking his time getting into the crease. Holdsworth waiting for him. You can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide, says Wayne Holdsworth. The pressure's on here now at the WACA. This is quick delivery. Picked off his toes, straight to Ward, backward square leg, and Moody out for disappointing one. Norton won in the finals for Tom Moody. Uniform Mark Lavender taking guard from umpire Tony Crafter. Hush around the ground. The final is up for grabs. Nothing more exciting than the fast ball at the WACA if he gets it right. You score your runs quickly. Just has to be in touch. Holdsworth agrees coming across the ground now, so it should swing out away from the right-hander. 2 slips the gully in a point. Catching men on the offside. Ring of fieldsman there for Wayne Holdsworth.
He is quick. And this is into the breeze also. A little baptism of fire here for Lavender. He played very, very well in the semi-final here. And all of the more experienced batsmen for West Australia failed. Made a terrific 61. And got Western Australia out of trouble. Tremendous future. There haven't been a lot of runs scored here today, but it's been exciting cricket just the same. It's all very tense out there. And I think the West Australian public can sense this also. They get another breakthrough here. The game is really wide open. Needing 184 to win off 44.1 overs.
Well, pitching pretty well played. The over bowled, it's 1 for 16.
People can give you their word, but a commitment in writing is a bond. At Century 21, our action warranty lists in detail every step we'll take to sell your home. For Century 21 agents, These are words to live by. It's one more reason we sell more homes than any other system in the world.
Come with us, put your trust in number one, Century 21.
1 for 16 apiece after 6 overs. New South Wales 9 for 199 after 50 overs bowled. Whitney coming from the river end now, Orson making the change. Good experienced bowler, along with Lawson. He gives a lot of assistance to the younger players, Holsworth. Two slips the gully for Jeff Marsh. Michael Whitney. The pad and bat. Bevan does the mopping up at square leg. Well, the crowd's gone quiet here at the WACA. They're on the edge of their seats. 10 or 12,000 in now, maybe more. We've heard the scorecard, 9 for 199 off 50 overs. New South Wales. Can they win their 9th final? Western Australia, that's the question to be asked this afternoon. Beaching, great delivery. Right through Jeff Marsh.
What a beautiful delivery. Left arm over the wicket. Generally pushes away, but can bring it back in. The batsman has to play as he pitches round about, middle and off stump. Oh, so close. 2 slips in a gully, a point. Very attacking. Incentive to get another wicket now. They're right in this match, New South Wales.
Oh, it's got to be out, yeah, it's got him in front, got his one back. Michael Whitney strikes, West Australia in trouble at 2 for 16.
Yes, this is why Mike Whitney's bowling has improved over the last couple of years. He's developed the one that comes back. He knows that if he just slants across a right-hander, he can never get an LBW because the ball has to pitch out side leg to hit the stumps. This one starts about off stump, comes back and is going to hit middle halfway up. That is out.
Marsh goes. For 13 at 2 for 16 at the WACA. Well, next weekend we go to Adelaide for the Grand Prix. And you can be a winner too. And here's how.
How'd you like to win the coolest car in Australia? Here's your chance in the 7-Up Wide World of Sports Grand Prix competition. This very limited edition Ford Capri Turbo is fully kitted. It even has special red leather trimming. Plus, it's been race-tuned by the same guys who work on the Team 7-Up Jordan Formula One cars. So you won't find a Ford Capri like this anywhere else in the world. To enter, just race down to your nearest participating store. There'll be a special 7-Up display giving you all the details on how to enter. Or phone the 7-Up Grand Prix hotline, 0055 33799. Don't miss your chance to win this very limited edition Ford Capri Turbo. And keep watching Wide World of Sports for the winners of the 7-Up Grand Prix competition.
Welcome back to the WACA. It's 2 for 16 as Tim Zura takes guard. Also at the celebrity race next week in Adelaide at the Grand Prix. It's Jennifer Lee versus Tony Gregg. Fantastic race. I know where Greggy will be. He'll be sitting back safely in the last position, knowing him. And Lily will be out front going flat out like Whitney if he comes in now to Zura. The pad doesn't offer a shot. And comes Bevan. The pressure's on here at the WACA.
Some vision here of this last dismissal. Let's have a look. Oh, that's pretty close, isn't it? That's middle stump, halfway up, Swampy Marsh. Great view.
Into a spot on Bruce Yardley. He angled one across him and he swung one back in. And Marsh had to play and was beaten on both occasions. First the outside edge and that time plumb in front. Run rate required 4.26. The current run rate is 2.34. Hunt, 84 runs required for victory with 8 wickets in hand. Zura a fighter, the other in Mark Lavender, both yet to score. That's close to wide and it's called. Strains the extra yard of pace. Mike Whitney, with all his experience, pushing it down the leg side.
So what a smart move from the skipper, Jeff Lawson, here. Obviously, you see this one go down wide down leg side. Obviously, both opening bowlers weren't happy with their respective ends. Switched them very, very quickly. Picked up 2 wickets in 2 overs. You must be pretty happy with that.
Nice deflection. It's 2 for 18.
Tonight in National 9 News with Jim Whaley, 3 people injured after a bus and train collide on a level crossing in Sydney's west. Australia gets a motorcycle Grand Prix, but not at Eastern Creek. Residents outraged over the fatal bushfires at Kenthurst. Yugoslav forces devastate an historic Croatian city. Prince William and Prince Harry's busy day in Canada, and the Wallabies prepare to take on the All Blacks in rugby's World Cup. Details National 9 News at 6 o'clock.
2 for 18 after 7. And Kerry O'Keefe and Ian Chappell come into the commentary box.
Thanks, Bill. The Holdsworth to continue on the members' end. Tim Zura on strike, coming in at number 4. Graham Wood has been struggling for form in the early part of the season. So Zura has been sent in ahead of him. Seems a little strange to me. Got a number 4 player. He's really got to come in at, I think, 3 and 4 have got to come in at 3 and 4. You don't want to be fiddling around with those two too much. Not an easy thing to do, to keep for 50 overs and then come out and bat in the top order.
Wait!
Wayne Holdsworth now. A theory abounds in New South Wales that he's a much better bowler when he swings it, and he has the breeze coming over his right shoulder, assisting his outswing, and since he's changed, of course, he's picked up the valuable wicket of Tom Moody.
That one really thumping into the gloves. Phil Emery is standing quite a distance behind the stumps. Get an idea there when you see the circle. I suppose Emery's about 10 metres inside the circle, so he's probably about 20 metres back from the stumps when he gets into his final position.
Wayne Holdsworth has got to guard against straining too much. New South Wales have 2 wickets. They haven't got a very sizable total to defend, but he really must bowl as straight as he can. Similarly to the Western Australian pair of Reid and Macleay, who bowled outstandingly at the start of the New South Wales innings.
Yes.
It's well run. Good over from Holdsworth. It's 2 for 19. Bowlers have been on top here at the WACA in the final of the FAI Cup competition. New South Wales making 199. And Western Australia struggling a little in reply at 2 for 19. So this is the end of the domestic one-day competition. We have plenty of other one-day matches during the season. World Series Cup competition, the World Cup, which will be a magnificent international season. And included in the season will be a 5-test series, Australia versus India. And that commences at the Gabba, November 29 to December 3. Wide World of Sports will be bringing that test match to you, along with the remaining 4 tests. And the 2 young Indian batsmen that I'm really looking forward to seeing, Sachin Tendulkar and Mandraker, a couple of players who have been very successful and excited the crowds. A couple of the young players to watch out for. Tendulkar, he's only 18 years of age at the moment. He was around about 15. I think it was Ravi Shastri who said he has a talent which comes from above. He was into the Indian side when he was just 16 years of age. So he's going to be one to look out for. He had success in England, touring with the Indian side, as did Mandraker. Then we'll have Kapil Dev in the Indian side. Kapil Dev, still a very dangerous cricketer. Anybody who can front up to the last 4 balls of an over, knowing that you need 24 to avoid the follow-on and hit the last 4 balls for 6, has got to be considered a dangerous cricketer. Tickets for that Gabba test are available from Ticket World. Brisbane number 2230444. It's the first test, Australia versus India, commencing on November 29. And that'll be the first of 5 tests during the summer. Just over Steve Small in the gully. It was travelling. Western Australia 2 for 21 after 9.
I'm Boris Becker. Theodora is my shoe. Theodora.
For superb output with whisper quietness, hook up a little squirt printer. It gives you portability. Canon gives you a free carry bag, and you can give it all to someone for Christmas. The little squirt printer with free carry bag from Canon.
Western Australia 2 for 21 after 9 overs, chasing 200 for victory. 4 to Zura, and Mark Lavender on strike, yet to get off the mark.
And Steve Small in the gully picked this up quite late. Zura got a lot of bat on it, but Small's reaction time was a touch slow. Not a chance, but very close. So Zura's obviously going to throw the bat a little bit at number 4. That's been his brief from Captain Jeff Marsh.
Wait!
And he shows every intention of doing just that. He's in cahoots with young Mark Lavender, who's impressed everybody in the qualifying matches of this FAI Cup. Played very well last week in the semi-final. And is a player that we're going to keep an eye on over this season. Madras born and has all the shots.
Big shout from behind, and there's number 3 on the way. So the switch of ends has done wonders for New South Wales' chances. Wayne Holdsworth picking up his 2nd wicket.
And Lavender leaves the victim of a little bit of outswing and an indiscreet shot. He was trying to drive this on the up. It wasn't there. He should have been letting that go. Emery's delighted. So's Holdsworth. And that's a crucial blow for New South Wales. Western Australia lose their 3rd wicket with a total on 21.
What makes the Hyundai Excel the car that looks after you? Well, frankly, we just keep making them better and better. Proven by our 3-year warranty and the most economical 1.5-litre engine in Australia. Makes you wonder about the others, doesn't it? The tough new Excel, taking care of you all day, every day. Hyundai.
This is Tahiti. It's fabulous, and it could be yours free. These are John West recipe cards, delicious, and yours free. And this is What's Cooking on Channel 9 every Wednesday morning at 11. Why am I telling you all this? Because John West and What's Cooking are offering Tahiti free, $1,000 spending money free, and John West recipe cards free. You can enter by grabbing any John West can, counting the John West on it, and calling this number 00 555 8999. Remember, Tahiti awaits you.
Damien Martin comes in at number 5. New South Wales have picked up 3 quick wickets here at the WACA to have Western Australia struggling.
If Mark Lavin could have it again, he wouldn't be playing this stroke. A touch ugly. He got the weight transfer wrong. Should have been leaving, and Emery takes the result. Just a fine outside edge. Holdsworth has his 2nd wicket, and WA are in deep trouble. At the crease is Damien Martin, captain of the Australian youth side. And technically as sound as you'll get around the country amongst the younger blokes. He looks very sound, this bloke. There's just something about him. He played really well last week against Queensland, 34 not out. Got a little 9 not out against South Australia in that victory, so he's yet to be dismissed in the FAI Cup. So he's had a very sound start to the summer.
He looks like he might be a red ink player, Kerry. You run across a few of those red ink players every now and again in the game of cricket, don't you, Kerry?
You do indeed. The game is all about when you've got the bat in your hand, not getting out, isn't it? And I valued my wicket. Admittedly, I did get a lot of not outs. But I found that they didn't divide your innings into your runs if you got not out. I've learnt this very quickly.
It's not true we called him Red Ink O'Keefe. We certainly didn't call him Johnny. So the end of a successful over there for Wayne Holdsworth. It's 3 for 21.
You probably recognize this as a satellite in space, but you probably don't recognize this. It's a vital communications circuit board used by both the Americans and the Soviets in space, and made by MyTech right here in Australia. When you're shopping, look for the green and gold Australian-made symbol. It represents Australian quality that competes with and beats the best in the world. The official green and gold Australian-made symbol. If it's got it, go for it.
Three for 21, Western Australia, and their innings has really been on the slide since these two bowlers changed ends. And we certainly have a very interesting finish looming. And for viewers in the eastern states, results will be in the news update. That's at 8:30, and then at Nightline, which is at 5 minutes to 11. And there'll be be highlights in that Nightline program at 5 minutes to 11. Eastern States viewers will be leaving us at 6 o'clock in about half an hour's time. But there will be coverage continuing on Sky Channel. So if we can get to a Sky Channel outlet, we'll see the completion of this game.
And Mike Whitney has 1 for 6 off 4.3 overs. The breeze coming over his left shoulder, assisting him with his in-swing. That was the one that undid Jeff Marsh, and it's worrying Zura.
Bit high, that one.
So Whitney just has Zura at 6s and 7s here. He's bowled across him, and this one just holds its line, comes back a little off the deck. Perhaps unwise to be shouldering ours at this stage. But clearly going over. And a good take by Emery. WA breezed through the qualifying matches with easy victories, and Zura wasn't called upon very much, but now he has the job of getting them to the winners roster. They need 179 more runs. That's at an average of 4.57, and they have just 7 wickets in hand.
Over. Good over.
The end of the over. It's 3 for 21.
Just trust me, Charlie. This is
Why is it most rollover salesmen only talk about what you could earn with them, not what you pay? It's because they take a hefty commission, which comes straight from your pocket, along with other sneaky charges. On the other hand, GIO rollovers have no hidden costs. We deal direct and charge less. Get it straight from GIO Australia. Phone 008 024 052.
After 11 overs, WA 3 for 21. So in a far better situation, New South Wales. And that's a beautiful delivery from Holsworth. A little bit of outswing now, and he has both batsmen very watchful. This leaves Martin off the deck as much as through the air. That was a super ball. So the bat being drawn away from the body here, the extra pace of Holsworth. As you can see by those loss of 3 quick wickets, the Western Australians falling behind the asking rate. And plenty of work to do. They have the young Martin in at the moment, a lot of experience to come, Wood and Andrews, Zura's at the other end. So they have the combination to do it. Nobody said this final was going to be pretty. It's going to be hard fought. WA were desperate in the field. And New South Wales, who perhaps feel they might be 20 runs short of what they would have liked, are equally as committed. Damien Martin, one of the new breed of batsmen around the country. His partner, Tim Zura, seen many a situation like this. This is going to be gritty stuff for everybody. Holsworth's been instructed to bowl it straight and as quick as he can. He appreciates that breeze, which allows him to move the ball away from these right-handers. Whitney at the other end, of course, has the assistance of the same breeze, but he's drawing the ball back into these right-handers. So Jeff Lawson's got it right. He's got them here, the captain. He won the toss this morning and elected to bat. Perhaps thought 25 more runs would have been ideal, but defending a total of 199, he needed early wickets. He's entrusted Holsworth and Whitney, and they haven't let him down.
So Bayliss is at third man. It's 3 for 22.
For centuries, mankind has looked to the heavens for the extraordinary. It can again in the friendly skies. From November 1st, one business class will eclipse all others. Introducing Connoisseur Class, only on United. Come fly the airline that's uniting the world. Come fly the friendly skies.
Damien Martin off the mark, off the last ball of the last over, and he'll be facing Mike Whitney. Whitney keeping the ball up and allowing it to swing. It's already claimed one LBW. Marsh was his victim, with the ball coming back into the right-hander.
What a competitor he's been for New South Wales over the years. Mike Whitney, Matraville born, 5.1 overs, 1 for 7. Those figures tell the story. Yeah. So Mike Whitney's played many an encounter for New South Wales in a tight situation. He knows how to bowl it straight. He knows how to work the angles across the right-handers. He's been doing it for yonks. But with this breeze, he also knows how to bring it back. And Zura knows that. He's got him not knowing whether to play or not. He'll take one to mid-wicket. But even that was on him a little quickly. He's a very good cutter puller. Here he pounces on this, gets it low on the bat. WA grateful for any run at this stage. They're in trouble. 3 for 24 in the 13th. And Whitney too, troubling young Damien Martin. The old campaigner working both rorts, across and back in. And although this young man has a lot of cricket ahead of him over the next few years, this is a learning experience this afternoon for him at the WACA ground. His team need 176 more runs to take the prize. Very good player off his pads, Damien Martin. He's got a much simpler pickup than Lavender, who's a bit extravagant, but an uncomplicated technique. Over. And Whitney beats him again. WA 3 for 24.
Tonight, for the first time on television, complete and uncut, a hot action double bill.
Now, I want to know what's happening, and I want to know now.
At 8:30, Steve McQueen's a cop laying down his own rules.
I don't like you.
Breaking the silence with the most scorching pursuit you'll ever see. Bullet, followed by The Getaway. McQueen's gone from cop to crook with Ali McGraw. fugitives on a burning trail of trouble.
Hang are you?
A Steve McQueen uncut action double tonight on Channel 9.
Just over 10,000 people here to witness this final, in which Western Australia are struggling, chasing just 200 for victory. The bowlers have been on top all day. And Wayne Holdsworth, who has picked up 2 for 14, has now been taken out of the attack by Jeff Lawson. And he's to be replaced by Steve Waugh. Wayne Holdsworth bowling 6 overs. And he's picked up 2 for 14, 2 maidens. First over for Steve Waugh.
And if Jeff Lawson was asked to name his straightest bowler, he'd probably submit the name of S. Waugh. As we saw so well demonstrated by the Western Australians, the straightest bowlers today have been the most effective. And Lawson yet to bowl himself, but his vital first change being Steve Waugh. He's loosening up, so he's liable to replace Whitney at the other end.
Great shot. Picked the gap beautifully.
And Zura's been waiting for that one. He hasn't had many half volleys. Steve Waugh, in this initial start to his spell, just giving him a bit of width and a bit of length, and he pounced on it and smashed it through extra cover. So that's a fine shot. Very gritty little performer, Tim Zura. Over the years, he's won so many games for WA. A very resilient character, used to critical situations. Jeff Marsh has promoted him to number 4 today. And although he's had his trouble spots in this inning so far, he's reached 9.
We've already talked about what an interesting season it's going to be this summer. If you want to keep up to date with all the cricket that's coming your way throughout the summer, which includes Test Series, World Series Cup competition, and then the World Cup, which includes South Africa now. Late this week, the ICC announcement was made. South Africa will be the 9th team in the World Cup. There's plenty of cricket. I think that most cricket supporters will be delighted to see South Africa back in the competition. It's the ideal way to reintroduce South Africa to international cricket via the World Cup. Matthews. It's 3 for 29 after 14.
You're so lucky not having to diet.
You can say that again.
Ah, but I am dieting.
You're kidding.
Dieting?
But that's a chocolate milkshake.
It's Q-Trim. It's my slimming plan. And it comes in all kinds of delicious flavors.
Strawberry, my favorite.
A slimming plan that's delicious and nutritious. So, if you want to lose weight and feel great, Q-Trim, the meal replacement in a can.
After 14 overs, Western Australia 3 for 29. Zura 10, Martin 2. Whitney continues. In the air, wide of Steve Small. Being terrorised there in the gully. He's had a couple just out of reach.
And once again, Zura troubled by the angle across him. He was looking to work it through the onside. Got an outside edge. And through too soon with his shot, and Small, the despairing Small in the gully, almost pulled off a great catch. A good dive, just past him. Plenty of trouble for the Sandgropers.
So if you're wishing to keep up with what's happening on the cricket field this summer. The best ways to do it is via the Cricket Yearbook of 1991. Recommended retail price $29.95. All sorts of pictures. Misery of a captain there, Graham Gooch, nursing his bad hand in the last tour. And the coverage from all the commentators, plus any of the other fine cricket writers. That's a good shot from Tim Zura. Not bothering to run for that one.
Tim Zura knew he had a good piece of this. The moment he hit it, it's only a token couple of ambles up the wicket, because he knew that it was going to race away on this lightning outfield. So Whitney trying the in-swinger, just drifting a little bit too much onto the pads, and Zura quick to take full advantage. So starting to flow, the little wicketkeeper.
Yearbook that we were just talking about will give you information not only on the forthcoming season, but gives you scores from the Caribbean and from the Ashes series last season. Very worthwhile publication. Cricket Yearbook, $29.95 recommended retail price.
Tim Zura, 16 not out today. Got 21 against Queensland last week in the semi-final, and wasn't asked to go to the crease in either of the qualifying.
And well taken, Phil Emery coming forward. Just got that one before it hit the turf. Michael Whitney has the last say in the battle between himself and Tim Zura.
And he undid him with the one across him, as he threatened to do all innings. Whitney pushing this across Zura. Threw the bat at the ball. Emery did the rest, and that's a fine bit of bowling by the left-arm quick. Emery's delighted. The fourth wicket is down. Zura departs for 16. It's 4 for 35.
What makes Sizzler special?
I start with an empty plate and end up with salad extraordinaire. Oops, with so much fresh fruit. I build fruit salad delight.
I choose my favorite pasta, add my favorite sauce, and create Fettuccine Supremo.
Come and design your own personal salad from the Sizzler's great value, all-you-can-eat fresh fruit salad and pasta bar. Sizzler.
Wayne Andrews often gets runs when they're needed. Well, they're needed today. Let's see if he can do it. Steve Waugh comes in from the members' end. Damien Martin in the commentary position, Bruce Yardley and Richie Beno.
It's even tense in the commentary box. Certainly is out in the field at the moment. This is the way the last wicket went down. Little outside edge, drawn into the stroke, and that was a splendid catch. He realised very quickly the ball was going to be low to him. That was good performance from Emery on a day where the bowlers have been very much in the ascendant.
Yes, the pitch is a beautiful pitch. It's hard and flat. But the bowlers have
on a day where the bowlers have been very much in the ascendancy.
Yes, the pitch is a beautiful pitch. It's hard and flat, but the bowlers have bowled their angles absolutely beautifully. Whitney has been the peak of the bowlers so far today, I believe. Superb. There's the graph, and Western Australia falling behind. Look at that. 4 down behind the run rate, New South Wales, when they were only 3 wickets down. So there's a big job ahead of them now.
There's a slower ball from Steve Waugh, and it's a good indication of how quick the outfield is. That ball certainly didn't come off the meat of the bat, and yet it still beat the fielder out to straight hit.
It's Steve Waugh's slower ball, and has completely beaten Damien Martin for pace in the air. He's finished up playing a sort of a rolled bunt baseball shot. Hardly got, as Richie said, hardly got any pace onto it at all, but just kept running down that hill.
That's a good shot. Authentic straight drive, and 4 from the moment it went past the stumps at the non-striker's end.
Terrific temperament here from Damien Martin. He played a handful of matches, but he's just straight on to middle and leg. And a beautiful straight drive for 4. Look at the footwork. Just got out in front of that pad.
The end of the over, 4 for 43.
Go cruising as part of Lotto's 11 million anniversary Super Draw Week. We're giving away both a 16-night Achille Lauro cruise and a Mitsubishi Magna. See these papers for details.
The Slate people have a huge range of imported slates. And this month, if you buy half your Sanjani slate floor from the Slate people, we'll give you the other half free. So hurry and get your floor finished before our specials are.
Welcome back to the WACA. 4 for 43 WA. They need 200 in all. 6 wickets in hand. Michael Whitney to bowl. Whitney at the moment has 2 for 14. That'll be all stern defence for a time. Plus a determination to take advantage of the loose delivery. Just a reminder for Eastern States viewers, you'll be leaving us at 6 o'clock for your news, but coverage will continue on your local Sky Channel outlet. Also, we can confirm for you some details of where you'll be able to pick up the result of this match, apart from Sky Channel. And that is at approximately 8:30 Eastern Time. The result will be in News Update and on Nightline at 10:55. That's 8:30. The result in News Update, and the highlights and the result in Nightline at 10:55. Just to underline for you that Sky Channel, your local Sky Channel outlet, will be continuing this match when we leave you, or to put it another way, when you leave us in just a few minutes' time. 4 for 43, Martin is 10, Andrews not yet off the mark, 200 needed for victory.
Wayne Andrews has got the head down today. Big responsibility on his shoulders. This man is bowling brilliantly.
WA in trouble, 4 for 43.
Here at the WACA, 4 for 43, Martin 10, Andrews no score. The runs required 200. Eastern States viewers leave us now. We say again, it continues on Sky Channel.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Real resistance. Peter Overton reports.
Leading 200 for victory, WA made a heart-stopping start. 4 for 35 in the 15th. A New South Wales breeze began to blow. The Sandgropers' foundations were shaky. Pressure to lift the run rate proved costly.
What a good catch!
5 for 63 after 23. 20-year-old Damien Martin may have been losing partners, but not confidence.
Racing away.
Running on a little luck.
In the air and safe.
He soon had a priceless half-century.
There's 54, Damien Martin.
There was hope for the WACA faithful. That was until Jeff Lawson skittled Martin's rescue mission.
And Lawson has got rid of him.
An injured Graham Wood had a runner but chose to bypass him.
Sweep it down there, he doesn't get it, Lawson, that's 4.
The Blues stepped up a gear. McClay gone.
He's got to be out. Gone, yeah.
It became an awful procession.
Oh, he's gone. He's got to hit him. Yeah. He's got him.
Interrupted only from the Wood lone hand.
Wood hasn't given up the ghost yet.
The final 4 wickets falling for just 14 runs. New South Wales winning its 3rd FAI Cup final and avenging last year's 7-wicket loss to the Sandgropers.
What a wonderful victory for New South Wales.
Peter Overton, National 9 News.
And the weather, fine in most...
Martin with a courageous 54 gave them any problems. To tennis, and Boris Becker will meet Stefan Edberg in the final.
4 for 35 in the 15th. A New South Wales breeze began to blow. The Sandgropers' foundations were shaky. Pressure to lift the run rate proved costly.
What a good catch!
5 for 63 after 23. 20-year-old Damien Martin may have been losing partners, but not confidence.
Racing away.
Running on a little luck.
In the air and safe.
He soon had a priceless half-century.
There's 54, Damien Martin.
There was hope for the WACA faithful. That was until Jeff Lawson skittled Martin's rescue mission.
And Lawson has got rid of him.
An injured Graham Wood had a runner but chose to bypass him.
Sweep it down there, he doesn't get it, Lawson, that's 4.
The Blues stepped up a gear. McClay gone.
He's got to be out. Gone, yeah.
It became an awful procession.
Oh, he's gone. He's got to hit him. Yeah. He's got him.
Interrupted only from the Wood lone hand.
Wood hasn't given up the ghost yet.
The final 4 wickets falling for just 14 runs. New South Wales winning its 3rd FAI Cup final and avenging last year's 7-wicket loss to the Sandgropers.
Australian Roger Davis.
Jeff Lawson. He's ordered his team to prove they're more than just one-day wonders. After defeating Western Australia by 69 runs at the WACA yesterday, the Blues have remained in Perth for next week's Shield opener, and Lawson is calling for more blood. After its first batting failure of the season, it should have been the Blues in trouble, but Holdsworth and Whitney turned the tables immediately. Zura's departure making it 4 for 35. Damien Martin provided the only real resistance from the locals before falling to Lawson for 54. Wood needed Tom Moody as a runner for most of his innings, which saw 3 run-outs. McClay was the first, his 3 making it 7 for 116. Brendan Julian, though, had no excuse. He wanted to commit suicide, and Matthews obliged, making it 8 for 121.
And he's out.
When Holdsworth catch snared McCaig for 1, it was 9 for 126.
Goodbye, Mr. McCaig. Welcome.
Wood's 25 ended in familiar fashion as Moody failed to make his ground. The Sandgropers all out for 125.
Runner. McCaig's going to be close. He whips him up. He's got to be gone. Yes, he's out. It's all over.
Young Wayne Holdsworth had a pretty bad experience in last year's final over here, and he did very well for us. You know, I suppose it was a bit surprising on that wicket that the side got bowled out for 130.
As the Blues took revenge for last year's final defeat in Perth, Lawson insisted he wanted the Shield trophy as well.
One lot's over, and now it's a different kettle of fish. We've got to think about a new sort of game.
Blues to their first FAI Cup.
Defending only 199 against Western Australia at the WACA, the pace trio of Holdsworth, Whitney and Lawson blasted the opposition out for only 130 with 9 overs to spare. A quick start from Jeff Marsh and WA fans were hoping, but the total was only 16 when his partner Moody was gone. Then Marsh himself LBW to Whitney with no change in the score. They were 29 when the promising Lavender was caught behind Holdsworth's second wicket.
Big shout from behind.
And Zora made it 4 for 35 with a similar shot. The only resistance, young batsman Bruce Martin, who played the ball straight back at the bowlers. He was running out of partners, though. Andrews gone to a fine catch from Lawson. Martin slogged on, making 54, before Lawson chimed in again. Graham Wood batted with a runner after injuring his thigh. This may have contributed to the run-out of Ken McClay.
He's got to be out. Gone, yeah.
And the loss of Julian.
Oh, he's gone. He's got to hit him. He's got him.
When McCaig was caught in the outfield, it was 9 for 126. The cup was headed east. Wood, the last to go, typically run out, and New South Wales had won the final by a surprising 69 runs. Now for the Sheffield Shield.
We didn't crack a bowl very well to start off with, and you know we put some good pressure on and came here and had a win at last.
Congratulations to New South Wales. I think in the 4 games that they played this year, they played tremendous one-day cricket and they thoroughly deserved to win the trophy.
Peter Overton, National 9 News.